We got this one from KXAN. I'm not sure which affiliate this is. Texas Attorney General investigating possible non-citizen voter registration. This is huge news because many people are wondering what the shadow campaign is going to be. This is an NBC affiliate, by the way. We can see that right there. So Attorney General Ken Paxton says he's launching an investigation into reports that organizations in Texas are illegally registering non-citizens to vote. We knew it. We knew it because we have something called the Help America Vote Verification System, which for some reason throughout the year has shown large numbers of voter registrations in Texas coming back without matches. Very strange. 48,594 registration attempts as of August 17th for a 2-week period. These individuals did not have IDs. How are they registering to vote without an ID? Strange, isn't it? It's a very large number. We can see that here, total non-matches, 8,951. So let me slow down. They've now begun this investigation, but we've been warning about this since March, so maybe too little too late. Help America Vote Verification is the Social Security Administration's government website. It tracks when an individual registers to vote but doesn't have an ID. They attach the last 4 of the Social Security number, name, and birthday, and ask the Social Security Administration to verify that the numbers match. If they do, this person is in the SSA database. They say, okay, you can vote. However, there are non-citizens who have Social Security numbers because they get work permits. So they will get registered. When you ask yourself, why is there a large influx of people in Texas to the tens of thousands every week, weekly, don't have an ID and they're trying to vote? Where are those numbers coming from? It makes no sense, does it? The theory is these are illegal immigrants who don't have IDs because they wouldn't, and they're being registered to vote automatically. Or there are organizations illegally doing it. Ken Paxton says, let me just read the letter. The Ken Paxton immediate press release. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has opened an investigation into reports that organizations operating in Texas may be unlawfully registering non-citizens to vote in violation of state and federal law. Investigators in the Texas Attorney General's Election Integrity Unit recently conducted undercover operations to identify potential voter registration of non-citizens in Texas. The investigation has already confirmed that various nonprofit organizations have been located outside Texas Department of Public Safety driver's license offices, operating booths, offering to assist in voter registration for persons doing business at the driver's license offices. But all citizens have already been presented an opportunity to register to vote as part of the process of renewing or being issued an identification card or driver's license. So there is no obvious need to assist citizens to register to vote outside DPS offices, calling into question the motives of the nonprofit groups. Quote, Texans are deeply troubled by the possibility that organizations purporting to assist with voter registration are illegally registering non-citizens to vote in our elections. If eligible citizens can legally register to vote when conducting their business at a DPS office, why would they need a second opportunity to register with a booth outside? My office is investigating every credible report we receive regarding potential criminal activity that could compromise the integrity of our elections. The Biden-Harris administration has intentionally flooded our country with illegal aliens. And without proper safeguards, foreign nationals can illegally influence elections at the local, state, and national level. It is a crime to vote or to register to vote if you are not a U.S. citizen. Any wrongdoing will be punished to the fullest extent of the law. It is a crime in Texas to lie about your citizenship when you register to vote or to help someone else to do so. You can be sentenced up to 180 days in a state jail and pay up to a $10,000 fine. It is a crime to vote in Texas if you are not a U.S. citizen and a Texas resident, or to help someone vote who is not. You can be sentenced up to 20 years in prison and pay up to a $10,000 fine. The undercover operations have been conducted throughout major metropolitan areas of Texas and are ongoing. So what do you think? I think this. You take a look at the latest poll, Harris-Trump, and Trump is up only 5 points. Democrats have been cheering. They've been saying, have you seen the news? Texas is becoming competitive. Called it. I called it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a long time ago. I was talking about this several months ago. I said, Texas is already very narrow. We saw, with the Beto O'Rourke's races, it's close. It really is. Now, Republicans still have the lead. Texas is presumed red. A lot of people have moved there who are more conservative leaning. They fled places like New York. But so if people fled California, some of these people may be Democrat. Doesn't matter. The prediction was closer to the election, the polls would tighten up in Texas and they'd say, maybe Texas could be in play. And then Texas goes blue. Trump can't win. Trump would have to win Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada if he loses Texas. How does he lose Texas? An upstart. The polling was wrong. We weren't tracking for all the California transplants who moved to Texas and changed the vote of the state. Wow. Missouri's a possibility as well. Even if Trump wins Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, every battleground, if Missouri and Texas flip because of the weird numbers that we've seen in HAVV, Trump can't win. He can win every battleground, but the reality is he's not going to win Wisconsin and he might win Michigan. But if Trump doesn't win those, it's 301 Kamala Harris. Will Texas actually go blue? That's the question. I think people, they haven't been paying attention. The Republicans, I mean. I think the viewers of this show and Timcast IRL and people who pay attention on X certainly understand the threat of illegal immigrants voting. In Arizona, there's a big case right now where they want to require proof of citizenship to vote. And Democrats are fighting it. Why? It makes no sense. Democrats go, it's illegal to vote if you're not a citizen anyway. Yeah, it's illegal to shoot people. It still happens. So we pass the law and say, don't do it. No, we don't need that. We don't need proof of citizenship. Why? If non-citizens aren't voting, who cares? Seriously, there's no argument. There's literally no argument. Democrats say it's illegal to vote if you're not a citizen. It doesn't happen. Okay, then you wouldn't mind if we made it a requirement to prove you're a citizen. No, because that's racist. Oh, that's not an argument. Anybody who's a citizen of this country can easily produce an ID or something. They're just trying to make it so that they can. I mean, here's the thing. Ballot harvesting. That's what they want. I got to tell you, man, here's the harsh reality. Let's say in Nevada, John Smith votes for Kamala Harris. Social Security number ending 1234, birthday January 1st. In Texas, John Smith, Social Security number ending 1234, birthday January 1st, votes for Kamala Harris. Do you think Nevada and Texas will share their voter rolls to see who voted and compare if the same Social Security number and name voted? They won't. Matt Braynard did the investigation in 2020 and found between California and Arizona, many people voted in both states. Yeah. Because each state isn't going to call up every other state to compare their numbers and names. They just don't. So how would you actually investigate or stop something like that? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think anyone else does either. Someone can vote in literally every state. Maybe that becomes a little bit obvious. If one person votes in Pennsylvania and Arizona, Pennsylvania and Arizona are not going to take both of their lists and cross them over. It's going to be up to organizations to get the voter rolls to see who voted. You're not going to see who they voted for, but you can get their name and see if they voted and then run them through a computer program. Shouldn't be too hard, and see who duplicated their votes. This would be an interesting idea, and it's a good idea. Should be done right now. I don't know how far Matt Braynard got into it, but I would say right now what we need is the moment the election results are in, the moment, every right-wing organization should get access to the entire database of voters who voted, because you can see their names. Run them into it. You put them into a spreadsheet, and then you just tell the computer to find every duplicate name. You're looking for duplicate names and birthdays. Then what you do is, once you get your massive list of duplicates, and you will, you run those through address checks, and what will you find? When Matt Braynard did this with California and Arizona, he found that there were individuals who lived in California and Arizona. You can see their address. John Smith, January 1st birthday, 1970. Lives in California from this year to this year. then moved to Arizona from this year to this year. When you can see that this person has an address in both places and voted in both places, you got yourself a big problem. How do you answer that problem? In which state was the vote fraudulent? All you can really do is go to the guy and say, where do you currently live? Is it Arizona? Where did you vote? Arizona. Okay, California vote, delete. Delete that vote. They don't do it, though. The courts say you have no standing to sue. It's insane. Any citizen should have standing to sue in a matter of an election. They say no. Case dismissed, no standing. The votes you found wouldn't change the results. It's an impossibility. Perhaps the system is intended to be that way. Impossible to navigate. But we'll see, man. I think the fact that Ken Paxton's only just now getting on board with this is worrying. I'm glad he is, but it's worrying. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member at timcast.com. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you all at 6.